Yeah, or he could be, you know, a drug lord, or well, if he was a drug lord, he probably wouldn't be slanging CDs. But
Whatever,
his cousin could be a drug lord,
Right, exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not gonna, you know, unless absolutely necessary, you know. But yeah, it didn't come down to anything, and we were able. But my wife got worried; it was a big thing, and the music, and like people circled around, and we kind of like, we left after that.
But
yeah,
that was the real deal.
Yeah. My wife, she's like, oh, no more third world countries.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing about island countries, and I've been to a lot of them, and I think we think, oh, it's so beautiful. They are majestic. They are old, scenic. They are
right,
but they're rural.
Yeah,
they're
poor.
Small. It's more than economics. It's just like if you go someplace small here in America, you know, it's like you know what you know. It's like what Bishop was saying when he was on the show. You know your little area, and that's what you know. And whatever everybody believes there, that's what you believe.
I think I was saying that too.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, when you're on an island, it's the same thing. You and we look at them like, oh, you live in paradise and beauty.
Of course.
But these people, this is all they know. They don't even know that the world that we see is out there. Some of them.
Yeah.
And so they're might be super protective of their area. They also might be undereducated or uneducated entirely. Might have prone for violence and maybe no access to mental care. Like that stuff happens too.
Yeah.
You know, just because they're on the island, that still happens to people. And here you are. I don't fucks with them when I goes to the island. I do not fucks with the locals unless I knows them. Seriously.
Right.
Well, you can really do everything you want to do on the resort. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And I mean, and we weren't even at a top.
And I'm gay.
We weren't even at a top, you know, 5-star resort. We were just like, you know, little 3-star resort or whatever. And they had 2 clubs on the resort, and you know, there's like several restaurants and whatever. So you really can have a great time without leaving the resort.
You know, it was 3 years ago that I was in Bermuda. Every fucking body in Bermuda got a machete.
Damn.
I don't fucks with them.
I used to go to Mexico every year for my birthday, back before it started getting really, really crazy over there. And one year I went, I think it was like actually one of the last years that I went, my mom was like, don't be down there in Mexico fucking around, Dijon. I don't got no chickens, no horses, and nothing to trade for your ass.
Oh, no.
So make sure you come back. I was like,
I cannot.
Don't worry, Mom. They do take cash.
Right? I don't think they fucking with no chickens.
okay, that's what she said. Wow. I came back nonetheless.
Y'all never
I
guess
didn't know
who?
where she was gonna find them live chickens.
Y'all never guess who they're talking about rebooting?
Who?
I know.
Martin.
So yeah, what do you guys think about? Okay. Well, y'all can't.
How y'all feel?
So I think that's a yes for them.
Yeah. Okay, Pip, how do you feel about Martin coming back?
What was the question?
I'm down with it. You know, it's been a lot of reboots they've been announcing lately, and I'm like, I think we do need to have a moratorium for a moment.
Okay.
Reboots.
Right.
Come up with some new freaking ideas, Hollywood.
Right.
Yes.
But Martin's a good one, and if they're gonna bring back Will and Grace, I'm like, all right, I'm down for the Martin because I really did love that show. It went off because it just been all a long time, but I never got tired of it.
Right.
And I definitely never got tired of the core cast because they never ran out of ideas and stories for them, and they were always funny.
Yeah.
So I'm for it.
I find it interesting though that you know, the way it ended pretty badly because last season Tisha Campbell filed a sexual harassment suit against Martin Lawrence, and they couldn't even do a scene together the last season.
Right.
So it was real janky, and now it's like I don't really get it because like now all no love lost. Yeah, like they caught her outside. Oh, never mind, it's gone. It wasn't much of her scene, but she was doing that Hollywood thing where I can't say, but she was all smiles and all cool with it, and
Yeah, but we don't know what was really the whole tea going on behind the scenes. Like, and if he had other stuff going on,
well, let me ask you this:
and if she was trying to use whatever legal way she had to get out of this contract because she was uncomfortable, or or stay away from him because she was uncomfortable, and she had to use I had a situation not that long ago where somebody was going to try to falsely claim I was assaulting them because they really wanted separation from me.
But see, that's not right though.
It might not be right, but people do that.
Right, but I'm saying that's not right.
Well,
you can't. That's crying wolf.
I heard that back when everything with Martin was going on, this is when Tisha Campbell and her husband, her now husband, Dwayne Martin, they were dating, and it was like a lot of conflict between Dwayne and Martin and Tisha because of how close Tisha and Martin was. So that is kind of like how that really like that whole thing came about. So I don't know now if Dwayne Martin and Martin Lawrence are now cool and it's like some type of understanding, but that's what I heard.
Maybe just older and growner. Remember when
that's
New
true.
Edition couldn't stand Bobby Brown?
That's true. Now they like, come on, Bobby.
No, they still don't get along. That's what they say. But no, this is my problem with this. No matter how you slice it, it feels not cool because to me, it feels like whatever went down back then didn't go down the way that it was portrayed back then. Mm-hmm. And no matter what the reason is, makes me feel like that's not cool. Because, if you were really, harassed, you really went through some traumatic thing with somebody,
would you then want to come back and
willingly come back and like that? Like, when does that never goes away, as far as I know.
Agreed. The last photo of them was Martin and all three of them, and the girls were kissing his cheeks, and it's like, officially coming back. So I agree.
I think it's hard in a business though to, especially black stars, it really is difficult to get away from people. At some point in time, you have to put some beefs aside for work.
But this ain't one of those beefs that you just put aside.
I understand what you're saying. Right. I understand the severity of the charge means that it should be...
Right. It should be for life. Forever. You take this to the fucking grave.
But... this is what you do, and it's also...
No.
I'm sorry, but again, unfortunately, women have to pay this price, really. And again, we don't know the full story.
Yeah, here's my thing. What about Tommy?
Tommy's dead. What about Tommy?
Well, yeah, he's dead, but how they gonna write Tommy out of this script?
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
He will be dead or moved away somewhere. Most likely he died. They'll probably come back at his funeral or something.
Oh, word?
We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, come on.
Well, I'm here for that.
But yeah, Martin, I'm for it. I'm for a Martin reboot.
So I got mixed feelings about it. I feel like since they rebooting shit, they might as well reboot a black show, especially since we don't have that many black shows on.
I would be for a reboot of Girlfriends.
The Fresh Prince as a cartoon.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. I've already seen a little
however, I'd rather them come up with some new stuff, but if they're gonna reboot stuff, then don't
cartoon is cool.
Black people out. Mm-hmm. So, Pip, you've been wanting to talk about Black Lightning.
Oh, I love Black Lightning. I'm a little behind right now because I was moving, so I haven't been watching a lot of TV. Mm-hmm. Are you a fan?
I am a fan. Okay. I am a fan.
I haven't seen it yet.
Black Lightning? You know Black Lightning? Black Lightning is a new CW show. Yeah. It's about a black superhero.
Family.
I was just going to be actually leading, it's going to be a family. Yeah. But kind of like, though, Luke Cage in a way.
Oh.
And in the sense that, because they're black and they live in a black neighborhood...
the whole show is black. The black world.
They don't have to... It's not always... Unfortunately, it seems like sometimes with black characters, they're always have to... It's always about them being black.
Yes.
That's the whole storyline.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm different than the rest of the world, and I have to prove myself, and, they're accepting of me.
It's our real life.
Yeah, and it's like, well, black people worry about the same thing everybody else, so they get to worry about life instead of being black. You know what I mean? And that's refreshing for me to see a hero that has that journey.
Yeah.
Now, I had a similar...
I can't wait to see it. I really want to support it. It's all recorded. Just got to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Now, my initial reaction, I had a similar, kind of in reverse, a similar first response, which was I felt a little bit like, it's black, so it's in the hood. And I get it. I get it, but I just feel like a little bit like... As much as we're supposed to hate Bill Cosby and act like the Cosby Show never happened, it did, and thank God that it did, because the Cosby Show was one of the first, if not the first show to really be on the map and to show 3 generations of black family that were middle class and 3 generations of black family that were educated and just not all black life is hood life. Right. And it's just so, and even black characters that they don't really show their life, it's their backstory. The black guy on DC Legends, another show on the same network, there was a guy, Jefferson Jackson. He's from the hood. He's a former football star, just like this guy's a former athlete. Yeah, and it's it's just so trite, and it's just come on, we're more than that. We're not, I hate to bitch about it, because it is a good black show, whatever. But come on, guys, be a little bit more original. Yeah, it's it feels like even though this guy and the other guy are nothing alike, they feel a lot alike. Except the one dude is middle aged, the other guy is young, is in his like mid 20s, and the other guy's middle aged. They feel a lot alike. They even got to share a name. They both named Jefferson. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Come on. And it's not all their fault because they're taking it from the comic books and that's how the comic books were written. But come on, change it up a little bit and do a little, come on, guys.
Try.
It ain't got to be the hood all the time.
Right.
I understand that, but I feel like, though, on Black Lightning, it's not just hood because his family's clearly middle class. The chief of police is black.
It's a black show, and I love that about it.
There are definitely, and it's not just about them plaguing the hood. It's the gangs are plaguing the city.
Right.
And that's they're going after the gangs.
Are the gangs black?
Yeah.
Everybody. Most everyone. It is a diverse.
I like
cast
that
there's Latins and there's whites.
The villain is albino. I like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's different.
Albino dude. Yeah, it's different.
But he's black.
Yeah.
Of ethnicity.
Yeah. So, but there's Marvel has another show on, I think it's Hulu, called The Runaways. Now, it's not an all black show, whatever, but what I like about this show, first of all, is got a little bit of an edge. It's a little different than most of these, like the ones on the CW, whatever, because it's on Hulu, so they can have a little bit of an edge, So you guys, if you're a comic book fan and fans of comic books, heroes, and that type of thing, you might want to check it out. And I like that there's a black kid who's the leader of the Runaways. There's like these 6 kids who discover that their parents are basically, they think their parents are just, business people and doctors, and they're all rich. They're all privileged. They all come from like, Bel Air and Palisades area and stuff like that. They think their parents are just these rich people, whatever. Come to find out their parents are like supervillains.
Oh, wow.
All of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Even like the one mother, she's like a kind of basically, it seems like her religion is like influenced by Scientology. It's not Scientology, of course, but it seems like along those lines, whatever. And so they find out, and so they're trying to figure out how to deal with that and then be with kids, whatever. And so there's a black kid in there, and he's different. His name is Alex. He's not from the hood. He's from, Palisades or something like that. And his only superpower, like he's one of the only people on the show that doesn't have either a superpower or device or anything, is his mind. Like he's like just super smart.
Oh, wow.
Right? And I like that.
I like that. Cool.
And he's the leader. He's the leader, and he can't do anything but think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can just think. That's all he can do.
Orders. I like that.
But it's a cool show, and you should check that out too. And have you had a chance to watch The Chi yet?
I love The Chi.
Finally.
I only missed that when it first came on.
Okay.
But I'm jumped right in, and then they also, because when it was previewed, they actually showed 2 episodes. So 3 episodes. I was 3 episodes ahead.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, and I have friends on that show.
Yeah. A lot of people are. I feel like it's a little too soon. I don't like when people. I get how people do this. People do it with sports and everything else. When something new comes out, the first thing you want to do is compare it to the last greatest thing or a great thing. But for me, it feels a little unfair because what made that thing great was the fact that it paid its dues. You know what I mean? Like whether you're talking about a TV show or an athlete, like Michael Jordan, like so-and-so's the next Michael Jordan. Well, so-and-so just showed up on the scene. So-and-so's still in high school. Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan for 25 years. You know what I'm saying? That's part of what made him Michael Jordan. Not just that he did it for 1 year, but he did it for 25. You know what I mean? So it feels a little.
But there is something you said, like, though, if you enjoy this is similar to that.
Like I said, I get it, but I just feel like it's a little bit disrespectul. So what I said, all that to say that a lot of people are comparing it to The Wire. It's a little bit early. I didn't even give Game of Thrones. I wouldn't even say Game of Thrones in the same breath as The Wire until after like season 5 of Game of Thrones. So
it does have complex characters, which is always nice, and with complex very complex stories that are interwoven in through the fact that they live in the same neighborhood, which is similar to The Wire. But you're right. But actually, the narrative and the way she weaves her stories is just totally different.
Yeah,
like The Wire, it feels much more like that, like you read in the newspaper, magazine article that's getting more detail. She's telling a story that's a little bit more of a, I don't know, like a painting. I don't know how to describe it.
What I think people when people make the comparison, I think it's just I don't think a lot of them know. A lot of them are lay people, just regular people watching TV, and they don't know how to put it in words. But I think what they're seeing or noticing in similarity is just the quality.
Mm-hmm.
That quality is there.
Yeah.
The acting is really good. The stories and the characters, they're not
the complexity.
They're rich and they're